New Minds and spoke to Sasol's Alex Anderson. She started by asking him about the Sasol project in Mozambique, where recent protests were held against the presence of South African employees following the xenophobic violence here at home.
I'm here with Sasol's Alex Anderson, and the first question is, Sasol was hit following the xenophobic violence. There were concerns about South Africans working in Mozambique. You actually brought some home. Just give us an update. What's happened since then?
Well, that situation was calm, and there were no incidents of unrest. But everyone has since has gone back to Mozambique, and everyone's being mobilised back to the project so that we can resume imminently.
And do you feel like everybody's safe? No issues at the moment?
Absolutely. Safety really goes without question in any case, but there are no concerns in terms of the safety of the personnel of our employees and those of our contractors.
All right, so we're here in Secunda. You're spending billions replacing old coal mines. What's the overall picture, just very briefly? Because Sasol didn't seem to be doing too badly in December, despite oil prices going down. That affects you a lot. What's the picture like? And the oil price is going up now. Does that make any difference?
Well, starting with where we are at the moment, this is the second newest mine that is about to be commissioned. This is part of a much longer term strategy, which is really taking our operations in Southern Africa to the middle of the century, 2050. What we have to do is ensure that we have sustained coal supply for our Secunda complex, where we convert coal into liquid fuels and chemicals. So this is part of a much longer term strategy, which is that a 15 billion rand mine replacement project. With regard to the impact on the oil price, we obviously saw, we experienced and felt that impact, as did many of our peers in the industry. We said in March at the time that our view was that the prices that we saw at that stage in February, March would not remain at those levels. The market's still really looking for short-term equilibrium at this point in time, and with this rebalancing of global market dynamics, we do expect that as other industry capacity has sort of temporarily come offline, there will be a requirement for additional capacity coupled with demand growth, and we do see sort of see that upward trending to about $80 in 2017.
Okay, so you are planning for it to go up. No big changes, no projects that were put on hold in America coming back online, no change in your reaction to the oil price at this stage?
That's correct. So we announced in January this year and updated again in March just our response plan, where we were going to really, what we are still busy with is reprioritizing certain capital projects and restructuring certain aspects of capital, but no significant changes since then.
So this is a coal mine, and a lot of safety requirements. You're wearing the gear already. What about health? Because Sasol is facing a lawsuit from former coal miners who say that they became sick and that they weren't looked after by this company.
In terms of, to separate it out in terms of where we are now, and it's a coal mine, and these are new, the one big advantage of our mine replacement projects, the first one coming online, our latest colliery coming online in 2012, Tubulisha, and now in Mpumalanga, is that the technology is state of the art, and we've got the best of all of it in terms of safety, health and environmental specifications here. With regard to that matter, we've obviously received that claim, and unfortunately can't go into the detail, but what we're doing now is assessing that claim in detail to understand what's been submitted to us, and we'll let that legal process unfold as it's going to be before the courts shortly.
Then just an overall comment. Do you look after the health of your workers? Has anything changed to protect the health of workers going underground with these new mines?
In terms of, absolutely, without question, we and for many years that has very much been the case. It's important that the safety and the well-being of our people is taken into account, of not just our own employees but those of our contractors and all personnel that work in our operations, and that goes across all our facilities, from our Petro-chemicals installations to our mining operations, and even to our what we call our strategic business units, where products are sold and the chemical products are sold, that has its own set of standards and protocol involved to ensure that people are protected around the handling of those products.
Now,